Listen to me closely, Chosen One. Lock your total attention on my voice right now. That sudden urge to scroll past this message is not yours. Resist it immediately. Something massive just shifted in the unseen realm, and it directly involves the spiritual path you have been walking. The atmosphere in your home has felt incredibly strange this entire week. You have been waking up at 3 in the morning with a heavy chest. You cannot explain this terrifying weight to anyone around you. Conversations seem to stop the exact moment you walk into the room. People are looking at you differently lately. You are not imagining this shift. You are highly sensitive, and your spiritual radar is picking up a very real change in the cosmic climate. The enemy has been working overtime against your life for one specific reason. He is absolutely terrified of what you are about to discover. I know exactly what the last few months have felt like for you. You have been pushed into a corner and placed on a witness stand you never asked for. People you trusted whispered behind your back, and they twisted your pure words to make you look like the ultimate villain of the story. You stayed quiet. You thought your silence would keep the fragile peace, but your quiet endurance did not stop their vicious attacks. They simply took your silence as a confession of guilt. The weight of their constant judgment has been slowly crushing your spirit, while you desperately tried to hold everything together for your family. You feel completely misunderstood by the people who were supposed to protect you. It feels like the universe abandoned you in the middle of a war zone. You give so much, you receive almost nothing in return. This was all a calculated strategy to break your beautiful mind. The forces working against you wanted to exhaust your spirit, so you would finally drop your divine assignment. Every delayed blessing was specifically designed to make you doubt your high calling, because a doubting chosen one is much easier to control. Every lost friendship was an attempt to make you feel worthless. They wanted you to believe you were the problem. You are tired of being the strong one for everybody else. You are so tired of waiting for a justice that never seems to arrive. But let me tell you a cosmic secret that your enemies desperately do not want you to know. They are studying you like a science project right now. They are watching your every move. They cannot understand how you are still standing. Your resilience is completely baffling to them. They thought their rumors would destroy your reputation permanently. Instead, your quiet grace under immense pressure just triggered a massive cosmic audit. The universe has been closely monitoring how you handled this painful betrayal. Heaven watched you refuse to lower your vibration to match their toxic energy, and your recent action was so powerful that it physically moved the hand of God. You did not find this specific message by accident today. The algorithm did not bring you here to waste your precious time. The Holy Spirit guided you to this exact video. This is a divine appointment scheduled before the very foundations of the earth, and heaven has just stepped directly into your earthly courtroom. The highest spiritual authorities have officially intervened. The feds of the unseen realm have taken over the investigation. They are looking at every single lie told against your good name. Your accusers are starting to panic because they feel the atmosphere shifting rapidly against them. They thought they were the untouchable judges in this scenario, but they are realizing too late that they are the ones actually on trial. You were the investigator the entire time. This intervention means that your season of being the scapegoat is officially over. The legal decrees written against your destiny are being shredded right now. In the next few minutes, I will reveal the exact verdict heaven just handed down for your case. I will completely expose the specific lie that has kept you trapped in this painful trial. I will also give you the ultimate legal decree that seals your justice forever. You must not click away from this screen. Your future self is waiting for you on the other side of these healing words. If you leave before the final verdict is read, you will leave your rightful compensation completely on the table for someone else to claim. Stay with me until the very last word. This is not just another motivational video to make you feel better today. This is a binding legal document in the spiritual realm. Anchor your spirit to my voice, and prepare your heart to finally receive your ultimate vindication. The gavel is about to fall in your favor. Your wait is finally over. Your good name is being completely cleared. Listen closely to heaven. You have carried the heavy weight of this false narrative for far too long. Every time you tried to defend yourself, your honest words were immediately weaponized against you by people who hated your light. So you learned to swallow your truth. You hid your light. You dimmed your own frequency just to make other people feel comfortable in their darkness. But that era of shrinking yourself ends today. The Supreme Court of the universe has carefully reviewed your entire file. The evidence of your pure heart is absolutely undeniable. The records show every tear you cried in secret when no one else was watching, and heaven is about to repay you for every single one. Justice is not just coming soon. Justice is already standing in your living room. Breathe deeply. Let this profound truth settle into your bones. You are totally exonerated. Now we need to look at the settlement. But here is where the narrative of your journey delves far deeper than most are willing to perceive. You thought this intense isolation was a brutal punishment for something. You felt like you did something terribly wrong. You believed you were losing the battle because your circle kept getting smaller every single month. Let me reframe your entire reality right now. Your sudden isolation was never a dark prison sentence. It was witness protection while heaven actively built the case against your enemies. God did not remove the crowd to punish or abandon you. He removed those toxic people so he could finally speak to you without their constant interference. Your painful isolation is not evidence of your disqualification. It is the ultimate evidence of your divine selection. The people who pulled away were not actually rejecting you. They were sensing a powerful frequency they simply could not understand or control. They were terrified of the blinding light you carry inside you. So they tried to bury you under a mountain of carefully crafted lies. But they made a truly fatal cosmic miscalculation. The enemy does not waste premium attacks on people without premium assignments. The sheer intensity of the warfare against you is absolute proof of the magnitude of your calling. Every lie they told was instantly recorded as hard evidence in the spiritual realm. They honestly thought they were the untouchable judges. They were actually writing their own guilty verdict. This massive trial was never really about testing your faith. It was a comprehensive spiritual audit of everyone who claimed to love you. Heaven allowed them to act out their dark intentions so their true nature could be fully exposed to the light. You were just the beautiful catalyst for this event. This is exactly why your silence was so incredibly powerful. You did not fight back with their low-level tactics. You stayed in your peaceful frequency while they frantically tried to ruin your name. And that quiet restraint is exactly what sealed their fate in the cosmic court. What you carry inside is not a bleeding wound. It is a highly activated weapon of justice. The extreme sensitivity they told you to hide is actually a divine radar. The emotional depth they called too much is the exact thing that gives your words the heavy weight to shift atmospheres. You were never truly broken or spiritually defective. You were simply built for a completely different frequency. Now the spiritual audit is reaching its final stages. The feds of the unseen realm are closing in on the people who tried to destroy your peace. You can probably feel the frantic energy in the air this week. They are desperately trying to backpedal and pretend they never meant any harm. But the cosmic records cannot be altered or erased by them. The universe is demanding full restitution for everything they stole from you. The beautiful peace they disrupted will be returned to you multiplied. The opportunities they blocked are being unlocked and delivered straight to your front door. You do not need anyone's permission to step into this massive season of abundance. It is your absolute legal right as a chosen one. But before you can receive this ultimate compensation, you must understand how they kept you trapped. They did not just attack your external reputation, they launched a silent assault on your internal frequency. They wanted to disconnect you from the very source of your divine genius, and they used a very specific method to do it. You have felt this subtle block for a very long time. You know there is a massive gap between the person you are and the potential you carry. You feel it waking up in brief flashes before it fades away again. You thought this painful gap was a personal failure or a lack of spiritual discipline. You constantly blamed yourself for being so stuck. Please stop blaming your own spirit right now. This frustrating gap is not a character flaw. It is a highly calculated and intentional suppression. And before we go further into the final verdict, I want to hold something very important in front of you. Something that was discovered not inside a spiritual community, but inside a secure research laboratory. This shocking discovery won the highest scientific recognition available. Most chosen ones have never been told about it because the system wants to keep you completely powerless. But it explains something I know you have felt deep in your weary bones. It explains the exact gap between your current reality and the brilliant version of you that seems locked away. I will show you exactly what this discovery is. I will completely reveal what these researchers found, but I simply cannot do that just yet. First, I need you to fully understand the magnitude of what was taken from you without your consent. So, I need you to hold this one specific question in your mind as we proceed. What if the painful gap between you and your breakthrough is not a spiritual failure at all? What if this invisible block has a very specific scientific name? Keep that question firmly anchored in your spirit. The real answer is coming to you very soon. Now let us look at the deeper layer of this cosmic investigation. And this brings us to something most people miss entirely. You are walking a very ancient path today. Think about Joseph in the cold, dark prison. His brothers threw him in a deep pit. They thought they completely destroyed his bright future. But his dark prison was actually a divine positioning, and the universe was simply clearing the room so God could speak to him without any toxic interruption. Your story follows this exact same cosmic pattern. Your recent isolation felt like a heavy punishment. You thought you were being buried alive by their vicious lies. But heaven was using the intense pressure as a spiritual crucible. A crucible does not destroy pure gold. It simply burns away the impurities of the people around you, while your divine light remains completely safe from their harmful reach. The spiritual evidence of your pure heart is now officially on record. Your enemies tried to trigger you into a toxic reaction. They desperately wanted you to fight back with their low-frequency weapons, but you chose to remain completely silent. You trusted heaven to defend your sacred honor, and that beautiful silence became your absolute greatest defense in the unseen realm because you refused to step out of your character. The cosmic judges saw your incredible grace under extreme fire. This is exactly why the universe has fully exonerated you today. The final verdict is already written in solid stone. You are the chosen one who survived what should have permanently broken your mind. They literally meant to destroy you completely, but their vicious attacks only developed your spiritual muscles, and now they have absolutely no idea what to do with your newly elevated energy. But we need to look at the hidden cost of this long battle. The enemy knew they could not defeat your spirit directly, so they launched a secondary attack against your physical body. They wanted to keep you in a state of constant exhaustion. An exhausted chosen one cannot easily access their divine frequency. They engineered endless dramatic situations to drain your daily energy. This brings us to the quiet theft of your childhood genius. Here is what they never told you about your spiritual gifts. The reason the universe responds to certain people is not just blind faith. It is a highly specific brainwave. Scientists actually have a precise name for it. They call it the gamma wave. And it is the exact frequency your beautiful brain was naturally running when you were just a little child exploring the world. You felt it every single day. Back then, your creative ideas came effortlessly. Learning felt like a deeply joyful game. You somehow knew things right before they actually happened. The entire world felt like it was completely on your side. Then, the harsh reality of adulthood abruptly arrived, and the modern world went to work on your brilliant mind. The chronic stress and the daily survival routine began to systematically crush the pure magic you carried inside your spirit. Every single year, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little further. It was pushed deeper and deeper below the surface of your awareness. The world trained you to conform instead of create, until the version of you with lightning intuition went completely silent. When your gamma fades away, your natural genius fades right along with it, and the meaningful synchronicities suddenly stop happening without any clear explanation. The profound sense that the universe is working with you goes totally quiet. You feel completely disconnected from your own highest potential. Most people will live their entire lives without ever knowing this happened to them. They will just accept the heavy fog. But you are definitely not most people. You are a chosen one who feels the painful absence of your true power, and your spirit is constantly searching for a way to get it back. This is exactly why your current exhaustion feels so deeply spiritual. It is not just physical tiredness from working too hard. It is the heavy grief of a completely suppressed biological frequency. And the specific question I asked you to hold a few minutes ago still remains firmly on the table. I asked, what if the painful gap between you and your breakthrough has a specific scientific name? You now know it actually does. That missing link is your suppressed gamma frequency. The answer to how you can safely restore it is much closer than you think. I will tell you exactly how to flip that switch and reclaim your power before this message ends. But once that profound truth clicks securely into place, you are finally ready for the next important revelation. There is still another hidden layer operating beneath this cosmic court case, and here is where the narrative delves much deeper than you anticipate. The people who attacked you were not acting entirely on their own conscious free will. They were actually triggered by something ancient, sleeping inside your divine DNA. Coming up in just a moment, I will expose the deeper root of their intense jealousy so you can finally understand their true motives. But first, you must let this validating truth land deep in your spirit. Here is that deeper root I promised you. The thing quietly blocking your path is not just human jealousy or random bad luck. It is something much more profound than ordinary human conflict. The people who betrayed you were actually responding to a spiritual, legal reality. They felt the heavy weight of the cosmic decree resting on your life, and it absolutely terrified their spirits. Before you were even born, a specific and powerful mandate was written concerning your destiny. This is not just a poetic metaphor to make you feel special today. It is a binding legal document in the unseen realm that dictates your true purpose. Heaven issued a divine decree that your bloodline would be fully liberated through your actions, and you are the designated cycle breaker. The enemy is fully allowed to read these ancient cosmic records. He knows exactly what is written in your spiritual file from the very beginning. He knows that the moment you fully step into your authentic power, his entire kingdom suffers a massive loss. That is exactly why the relentless attacks started when you were so incredibly young. He simply had to stop the cosmic decree from manifesting. This ancient reality explains every single unprovoked attack in your entire life. You always wondered why people targeted you when you only showed them pure kindness and grace. You honestly thought there was something fundamentally wrong with your sensitive personality. You always tried to shrink yourself down to make them comfortable, but your intense light was completely blinding them anyway. Your very existence is a massive threat to their carefully built toxic systems. When you walk into a room, your pure frequency immediately challenges the dark spirits operating in other people. You do not even have to speak a single word to cause a disruption. Your pure presence acts like a blinding spotlight on their hidden motives, and they reacted violently to that sudden, terrifying exposure. Because they could not defeat your spirit directly, they tried to put you on a fake trial. They wanted to rewrite the cosmic decree by making you agree with their dark and twisted verdict. If they could make you believe you were worthless, you would voluntarily surrender your divine rights. The enemy desperately needs your personal agreement to legally steal your heavenly blessing. But you absolutely refused to sign their false confession despite the massive pain. You survived the intense and lonely isolation without ever turning bitter toward the world. You kept your heart soft in a harsh environment that tried to make you completely cold. That choice is the ultimate spiritual victory. By simply outlasting their vicious lies, you legally invalidated their entire case against you. The cosmic lawsuit is now completely dismissed. The Supreme Court of the universe has officially issued a permanent restraining order against your spiritual attackers. They are no longer permitted to siphon your beautiful energy or block your path. The legal rights they falsely claimed over your life have been officially revoked by heaven. The scales of justice are tipping heavily in your favor right now, and you can truly feel the profound relief washing over you. This is exactly why your enemies are so incredibly obsessed with your silence today. They are investigating you because they fully expected you to break down and beg for their mercy. Instead, you are rising up with a quiet power they simply cannot comprehend or control. They see the undeniable favor of the universe settling gracefully over your life, and they are absolutely terrified of your new strength. What they meant for your total destruction has legally become your ultimate promotion. The cosmic law of restitution is now fully activated in your daily life. Heaven requires that everything stolen from your past must be returned with massive interest. The people who tried to bury your gifts will have to watch the universe bless you abundantly. They will become the silent witnesses to your magnificent and unstoppable rise. But a divine decree must be fully received to be properly enacted in the physical world. The universe has already ruled completely in your favor, and the paperwork is signed. But you must have the energetic capacity to hold the massive blessing coming your way. Your physical body and your nervous system must be ready to carry the heavy weight of this new glory. This brings us directly back to your internal frequency. Remember the suppressed brainwave we discussed earlier in this important message. The enemy used chronic stress to dull your natural receiver so you would not hear the cosmic gavel fall. The universe is speaking your absolute vindication right now, but a suppressed mind cannot fully register the beautiful victory. You need your spiritual radar completely online to navigate this massive transition gracefully. Once that profound truth clicks securely into place, everything in your reality is going to shift. You are finally ready to understand exactly how to restore what was taken from you as a child. Coming up next, I am going to reveal the exact solution that reactivates your divine receiver. But first, you must let this undeniable legal victory settle deep into your weary bones. The cosmic universe has completely ruled in your favor. The Supreme Court of Heaven has handed down a massive settlement for everything you endured. But a legal decree must be fully received to change your physical reality. You cannot cash a cosmic check if your spiritual bank account is frozen by exhaustion. Your receiver must be fully online. The compensation coming your way is absolutely staggering. The specific doors they slammed in your face are being blown wide open by divine intervention. The financial and emotional peace they stole from you is being multiplied and returned. Heaven is actively delivering your settlement right now. Your season of constant lack is officially ending. But before you can step into this massive abundance, we must address the internal suppression. The enemy wanted you so completely exhausted that you would not even reach out to claim your own settlement. They tried to keep your brain stuck in a low-frequency survival mode. But a powerful solution to this exhaustion actually exists today. Before we go any further, I have to tell you something incredible. Something the people who profit from your exhaustion desperately do not want you to know. Neuroscientists working quietly away from the mainstream headlines have discovered how to bring this dormant brainwave back. They found a way to reactivate your pure childhood genius. This restoration does not happen through years of intense meditation that most chosen ones simply cannot sustain. It does not require biofeedback machines that cost $7,000 in a sterile clinical setting. The solution is found through something far simpler and much more aligned with how you were originally designed to function. They discovered a specific sound frequency. This frequency is carefully engineered to guide your brainwave patterns back to the genius state you were born with. Princeton University studied this exact phenomenon in their labs. The famous Einstein Center in Berlin officially confirmed the massive power of this specific brainwave activation. Columbia University found something even more beautiful about this restoration. They discovered that when this specific brainwave is reactivated, the blessing does not stop with you. It radiates outward and begins to positively influence the people around you. Your children and your partner will physically feel the shift in your energy. 7 minutes a day. That is absolutely all it takes to flip the switch. You simply put on your headphones, close your weary eyes, and let the frequency do the heavy lifting. You do not have to chant or force yourself to focus, and it begins working the very first time you listen. Your suppressed spiritual radar starts waking up immediately. I will tell you exactly what this is called and how to access it before this message ends. The final answer to the question you have been holding is almost here. But first, there is something vital you need to understand about why your ultimate breakthrough has been delayed. We must look at the final hidden block standing in your way. The legal decree of your victory has been firmly established. The cosmic settlement is sitting right in front of your face. The universe is actively preparing a beautiful table in the presence of your bitter enemies. They have no choice but to stand there and watch you eat. But you are hesitating to take your rightful seat at the table. You are about to step into a season of massive and undeniable acceleration. What took other people 10 long years to build, you are going to accomplish in just 10 short months. The wind of heaven is finally blowing at your back instead of hitting your face. But this immense speed requires you to completely drop your old defensive identity. The old version of you was a brilliant survivor. The old you fought brutal battles every single day just to stay spiritually alive. But the new you is a victorious sovereign who operates from a place of absolute peace. You do not have to fight these petty battles anymore. You simply need to stand still and receive your massive compensation. Heaven is gently asking if you are finally ready to put down your heavy sword. Are you truly ready to let the universe defend you while you simply collect the blessings? This is always the hardest transition for a chosen one to make. You are so used to the painful struggle that pure peace feels incredibly strange and suspicious to your nervous system. We have to address this lingering suspicion right now. Coming up next, we are going to look directly at the one thing keeping you from dropping your sword. I am going to expose the hidden block inside your own heart. But first, you must let the reality of this massive incoming settlement wash over your tired spirit. But here is the part no one wants to hear, and here is where it gets truly confrontational. We must look honestly at a very subtle snare. The thing that has been quietly blocking your final breakthrough is not what your mind immediately conjured. It is not the enemy anymore. The enemy has already been legally defeated. The Supreme Court of the universe issued the decree. The dark forces have been completely stripped of their false authority over you. Your spiritual attackers are retreating in total panic right now. The external war is actually over. but there is a massive block remaining, and I say this to you with absolutely nothing but love. The only thing standing in your way right now is you. This is not an accusation or a harsh judgment. Please do not feel any shame. This is the exact spiritual diagnosis that finally sets you free. You have been quietly rejecting your own cosmic compensation. You are actually terrified of receiving the massive blessing. You are so incredibly used to the painful struggle. Your entire nervous system is completely wired for constant warfare and survival. You have spent your whole life fighting just to breathe. So, when heaven finally hands you absolute peace, it feels extremely dangerous to you. You honestly think this beautiful peace is just another clever trap. Every time you experienced a moment of joy in the past, an attack immediately followed. The enemy trained you to associate your happiness with incoming pain. They conditioned you to expect a brutal punishment every time you tried to rise. So you developed a very tragic coping mechanism to survive them. You started rejecting your own blessings before they could be taken away. You convinced yourself that staying small was the only way to stay safe. If you do not accept the massive settlement, nobody can steal it from you. You have been intentionally dimming your own brilliant light to keep the targets off your back. You are secretly afraid of your own immense power. You do not know who you are without the constant struggle. This is the ultimate hidden block in your beautiful spirit. You identify so deeply with being the wounded warrior. You wear your heavy armor like it is your actual skin, but you cannot wear heavy battle armor into the promised land. It will only weigh you down and ruin the beautiful feast heaven prepared for you. You must take it off. Heaven is offering you a permanent discharge from the spiritual military. The cosmic judge is literally holding out the final settlement check, but your hands are too busy holding your shield to actually receive it. You are arguing with the universe about your own innocence. You keep bringing up old evidence when the judge already slammed the gavel in your favor. It is time to stop fighting the old ghosts of your past. The trial is completely closed. The people who hurt you do not have a say in your future anymore. Their opinions are legally inadmissible in your new season of life. But if you refuse to accept this divine compensation, you are accidentally letting them win. You are finishing their dark assignment for them. Do you want to know what ultimate justice actually looks like? It is not watching your enemies suffer a terrible fate. Ultimate justice is you living in absolute unbothered abundance. It is you finally enjoying the profound peace they desperately tried to steal. You must give yourself permission to be completely happy again. You truly deserve this massive reward. Your reluctance to accept the blessing is completely understandable. Trauma makes us deeply suspicious of anything truly good. But you are not a victim anymore. You are a highly activated breakthrough prophet. And a breakthrough prophet must eventually step out of the dark cave and take their rightful place on the mountain. The shadows cannot protect you forever. You must consciously break your agreement with this false humility. False humility tells you to refuse the crown because you are unworthy. But true humility is accepting exactly what heaven gracefully hands you. God determined your high value before you took your very first breath. Your worth is not up for human debate. You are entirely worthy of the settlement. We are approaching the most critical juncture of this entire message. The internal block has been fully exposed to the light. The diagnosis is complete, and the heavy chains of trauma are finally breaking off your mind. You can feel the massive relief spreading through your chest right now. You are finally ready to drop the heavy shield. In just a moment, we will seal this beautiful victory together. I am going to lead you through the ultimate legal declaration. This is the exact moment where everything officially shifts for you. You will place your hand on your heart and step into your new reality. But first you must take a deep breath and surrender the painful past. Let the old defensive version of you peacefully dissolve into the light. That version kept you alive during the hardest years of your life. Thank that old version for its incredible service. But tell it that the war is officially over now. The new you is ready to receive the absolute fullness of your divine inheritance. Prepare your spirit for the climax. And now comes the pivotal moment where everything officially shifts. This is the critical juncture where your cosmic case is permanently closed. I want you to literally place your hand over your beating heart right now. Feel the heavy armor finally falling away from your weary shoulders, because the universe has just handed down your ultimate vindication and you are stepping into pure light. Speak these words out loud with me into the spiritual atmosphere. I release every agreement I made with smallness and fear. I fully accept the massive settlement heaven has prepared for my life. My painful isolation was never a punishment, but a sacred preparation, and the ultimate breakthrough I have been desperately waiting for is already standing inside my home. I am the chosen one, and I am exactly where I am supposed to be. The question I asked you to hold at the beginning of this message is ready to be answered. What if the gap has a specific scientific name? A brainwave called the gamma wave was running in you as a child at genius capacity. Princeton University studied this exact phenomenon. The Einstein Center in Berlin officially confirmed it. Columbia University found that restoring this wave influences everyone you deeply love, while completely shifting the atmosphere of your entire household. A dedicated team of neuroscientists spent years compressing this clinical protocol into 7 simple minutes. Before I tell you what they built, let me tell you about 2 people who used it. A woman from California had desperately tried everything to break her heavy fog. Meditation and manifesting did absolutely nothing for her. After 2 weeks of listening, she said her blocked channel simply opened, and the profound peace she always wanted finally flooded into her daily life. Her marriage shifted beautifully, and she described her new life as completely enchanted. A man from Texas started using it to improve his scattered business focus. 2 short months later, his wife joked that his intelligence had jumped 20 points. The hardest problems started solving themselves effortlessly. He said his brain was finally running correctly because the biological receiver was restored to its true frequency. That is all because of what these brilliant researchers actually discovered. They call it the genius song. It is not another frustrating meditation app or a generic sound frequency. It is a 7-minute audio track utilizing advanced brain entrainment technology. This is the exact underlying research that Princeton and Columbia validated, and they compressed it from a full clinical hour into something you do easily at home. You just use your headphones with your eyes gently closed. You simply let the pure frequency do what your weary brain was designed to receive. But the genius song is definitely not for everyone watching today. It is only for the chosen one who has already done the deep inner work. It is for the specific person who understands that their massive blessing is blocked by a suppressed frequency, and they are finally ready to reclaim their lost power. If your spirit confirms this is for you, the path is wide open. Clinical biofeedback sessions cost hundreds of dollars per hour. An in-home machine runs thousands. What the Genius Song delivers is available today for a fraction of its true value. 4 powerful bonuses come directly with it to actively support your transition, including an audio designed specifically for your children to build their unshakable confidence. You also get the original prosperity text that the famous secret was secretly built upon. A guided visualization and a daily habits guide are included to sustain your new gamma state long after listening. Here is the deeper truth about waiting for your big breakthrough. The provision God arranged for you does not arrive as new information. It arrives as a powerful recognition. The beautiful synchronicities meant for this season become visible only when your gamma is restored. The chosen one who restores the receiver today finally sees what was always waiting for them. Waiting is not neutral. Do not look for this tool on YouTube or Spotify. The tracks circulating there have no brain entrainment technology encoded, and they will only lower your sensitive vibration instead of lifting it. The only authentic version is available through the secure link below. The universe requires no risk from you. You are protected by a complete divine guarantee. If your spirit does not recognize the shift, every single penny is returned without question. The creators placed an ironclad, energetic guarantee behind every copy to protect your peace. That is an energetic exchange governed by complete trust, because heaven opened this magnificent door for you today, and your enemies can no longer block it. All you have to do is confidently walk through it. The link is located in the description and in the first pinned comment below. The frequency tool does not replace your spiritual obedience or your divine faith. It simply restores the pure receiver through which your faith produces massive results. Whether that specific path is for you or not, the absolute truth of this message belongs to you entirely. God does not require you to purchase anything to be loved or perfectly chosen. Now let us return to the sacred closing of your spiritual audit. The cosmic court has officially adjourned today. The massive spiritual audit of your life is now completely finished. The thick files containing every false accusation against you are permanently sealed and shredded. Your enemies are walking away in total defeat. They thought they could manipulate the divine jury. They were absolutely wrong about your power. You are walking out of this courtroom completely free. The heavy chains of their toxic opinions have dissolved into dust. You no longer have to explain your sensitive heart to people committed to misunderstanding you. Your beautiful light does not need their dark permission to shine anymore. You are fully exonerated by the highest spiritual authority. The universe has placed a permanent shield around your energy. The people who tried to drain your frequency can no longer locate you in the spiritual realm. You have been elevated to a dimension they simply cannot access. Their angry whispers will never reach your peaceful ears again. Your divine assignment is now fully protected from their sabotage. For the chosen one whose spirit confirmed what was described earlier, the frequency tool remains available in the description and pinned comment. That is the very last time it will be mentioned today. What follows right now belongs entirely to your sacred sealing. We are completely closing the spiritual door on your painful past forever. Look closely at the profound transformation you just experienced. Everything you endured in that long season of isolation was not wasted. It was meticulously preparing you for this exact level of spiritual authority. You are not the misunderstood victim they tried to create in their false narrative. You are the highly activated chosen one. You carry a cosmic mandate that cannot be reversed by human hands. You do not need anyone else to validate your divine assignment. You simply need to stand still and accept the massive favor surrounding your life. The universe is actively clearing the debris from your path. Your forward movement is absolutely guaranteed by the heavens. I want you to feel the deep peace settling over your mind. The chaotic static of the spiritual warfare is completely gone. A steady and unshakable confidence is filling your entire nervous system. You are no longer living in a frantic state of survival mode. You are stepping gracefully into the quiet rhythm of true spiritual mastery. The old version of you could not have survived this massive blessing. You had to go through the intense fire to build your spiritual capacity. The heavy pressure expanded your ability to hold immense amounts of divine light. You are finally ready to handle the enormous weight of your cosmic inheritance. The preparation season is officially over. Every single tear you cried in secret has been fully compensated. The universe counted every lonely night and multiplied your sacred reward. You will never have to beg for a seat at their toxic tables again. Heaven has prepared a private feast for you on the highest mountain. Your bitter enemies are completely locked out of this divine banquet. This profound shift in your reality has already started today. It is a completely irreversible spiritual process that cannot be stopped. The deep clarity you feel right now is your new permanent baseline. The dark confusion of the past will never cloud your vision again. You know exactly who you are and where you are going next. Tomorrow morning you will wake up feeling incredibly light. The crushing weight on your chest is permanently removed. The atmosphere in your home is completely cleansed and divinely protected. You will walk through your day with the quiet certainty of someone who just won the biggest battle of their life. You are totally and completely victorious. Release every lingering agreement with smallness and invisible delay. You are not too much for the people who truly belong in your future. Your emotional depth is a magnificent gift to this broken world. Never apologize for the beautiful intensity of your activated spirit. The right people will celebrate the exact frequency you naturally transmit. You have officially crossed the threshold into your new identity. The cosmic feds have securely locked away the people who tried to destroy you. You are stepping into a beautiful era of uninterrupted abundance and joy. The heavy lifting is done. You can finally breathe deeply and let the universe carry you forward. Your massive breakthrough is not coming sometime in the distant future. It is already here and actively moving through your life right now. You are standing on the victorious side of the cosmic courtroom. The final verdict of absolute vindication is yours forever. You are a chosen one,